to my computer, but feel free if you have a question to ask. Since it's spotlit on me, it won't come up to you. I'm just muting everybody. So I'm going to start seated, but I'll eventually get down to the floor. Taking a minute to come into your body, into your experience, maybe closing your eyes, feeling into whatever it feels like to be you in this moment. And thank you all for being here. Um, Let's just start with some theta breaths. So just a soft hiss. If your body wants to do micro movement, if you want to do any macro movement, go ahead. But just to bring us into the moment, uh, micro little adjustments, macro big movement, anything that your body needs. Starting with the theta breath, it's a very soft hiss, gently releasing breath. As slow as feels good. Inhale whenever you need to. Take resting breaths whenever you want. If the theta breath doesn't feel good, just breathe naturally. And for this moment, maybe you've started to think about next year. I'm sure you have. Maybe you have made plans and things are going to happen. But for this moment, if you can call all of yourselves back into yourself, and even the selves that are reaching into your memories, let them return to you. So bringing all, if we were this moment in time, a little ball right here, and all the things that we're thinking about everywhere else are threads heading out, just invite the threads back into your own body for a few more theta breaths. Inviting your full participation, your full awareness into your embodied presence, just being present in your body with all the sensations, the colors, the lights, the shadows, the shapes around you in this moment. And we'll just keep going with the theta breath, but I'll just talk us through it a little bit. You can imagine that as you exhale out that theta breath, your whole body is just dropping down towards the earth. So connecting your energetic center to the earth, the electromagnetic field of the earth is holding us, letting yourself return to that gravitational pull of the earth holding us and containing us. The water in your body, understanding the earth quality. And you're just going to very gently and easily turn your head a little bit from side to side. You can do it with eyes open or eyes closed, but bringing the information into your brainstem that you are safe enough and allowing this movement. It can meander. It doesn't have to just be like linear movement. It can be very three-dimensional, spacious, meandering movement. But just inviting that movement in to your primitive brain. And as you exhale, it's like the weight of the world can fall off of your shoulders and just drop down into the earth, letting the earth compost it. So, with that head and neck turning, your top of your head can start to relax, your face, your eyes, your jaw. Doesn't have to be big movement, just easy, gentle movement, like your head is easily floating, connected but floating on top of your body. Jaw, tongue, throat relaxing, neck and shoulders and chest relaxing. Letting go. In a way, we can think of just little micro releases, little micro tensions just getting to melt away. And the relaxation moves down your shoulders, down your arms, down your wrists into your hands and fingers. At the same time, moving down your torso from the top, down through your chest, your upper back, middle back, to your belly and gut body, to your pelvis, and down through your legs. So just as that exhale happens, it's just dropping tension away, dropping it, melting it out of your body. And we're inviting in the full participation of our head-tail connection. So there may be undulation, ripples, waves moving inside, micro movement or macro movement. We've got a little cat in here who's participating. And in this moment of letting this relaxation happen, let any of the shoulds that you have, the shoulds that should have happened, the shoulds that are supposed to happen, all the shoulding, the coulds that could have happened, let that all just break away and melt away. Just dropping away, being composted by the air around you, the earth below you, the water inside you, just washing it away. All the coulda, shoulda, woulda from the past and the should for the future. Just coming into sensation in what it feels like to be you in your fluid body, in your body of water, with the elements, the earth and the air, the spaciousness, and the fire of your spirit, the fire of your vitality and aliveness. And from this space, from this sort of relaxed space, I'm going to take it down to the floor. Um, invite in the year of 2024. Invite in, if you can remember what happened last New Year's Eve, that moment of New Year's Eve and the new beginning of 2024. And don't reach for the memories. Let any memories just bubble up that come. It may be challenges you had in 2024, small victories, little engagements with people, events that happened. Just inviting in into your body the the imaginary experience or whatever might be still lingering also. And we're just going to invite that in this time, we're going to allow our body in whatever way it needs to process anything it needs to process from this past year, to process or to begin to process, to release and let go anything that we might be gripping onto, holding onto that we don't need to hold on to anymore. So working through remembering 2024, the challenges, the victories, the events, the relationships, the things that stood out for you, even small little pleasures, tuning in, giving yourself a little bit of time to be with that. And then just going to stop talking, letting yourself move in any way that feels good. And it may just be like, oh, I don't want to work that hard. I don't want to think about anything. Just be in your body. Let yourself move, roll, wiggle, adjust in your own body in any way that feels good, inviting in your vitality, your own life force to move freely through your whole body. Sometimes there's a lot of story and we need to be with it and think about it. And sometimes there isn't. Sometimes we just want to be in our body. And often the body story is very different than the head story. But what we are going to do is just open up our hearts to ourselves, opening up our hearts to be compassionate and kind and forgiving for our own self. So inviting in the heart space. Personally, I had some really big revolutions in my family where things that had been very challenging for me shifted and changed. And so I can feel how that shifted things in my heart. So maybe there are things that allowed your heart to express, to be present, to feel. Not everything we feel is great. Sometimes it's painful, but we want to be alive to allowing our hearts to express. Sometimes there is healing. Sometimes there is feeling and healing. And sometimes there are painful things that happened and we didn't have time to grieve them, or we didn't have time to deal with them, or angry things that happened. So if that stuff happened and that in any way you can allow your body to process some of that stuff, even just saying it makes me want to cry, which isn't for myself so much as for everyone else. I saw all these people who lost their pets, people who lost family members, people who have lost things. So there's grief. Things things happen. Giving ourselves the space to have that move. And sometimes moving grief doesn't even have to be an emotional experience. It's just letting ourselves move our hearts and our lungs and our chest, the wings of our hearts, our arms. So I'm going to on a little bit of music and just let us move in this area. Of course, this is all just work with what feels good and right in your own body. Just an invitation. Processing, inviting, allowing. And you may want to have hands on. And it doesn't have to be story. It can just be flow. It can be sensation. Offering yourself the chance to unclench anything that's clenched, melt anything that's frozen, and release anything that you've got caged up. There doesn't have to be any logic to your movement or your process. It doesn't have to be reasonable. It doesn't have to make any kind of sense. Maybe even there are ways of being that you are outgrowing. Maybe there are ways of behaving that are ready to go with 2024, letting them slide away from you, letting them melt into the floor or into the air around you. Even maybe boundaries, like maybe there are ways of accessing more intelligent boundaries as we let go of a more unbounded, I don't know, unbounded sounds good, but sometimes it's good feeling in our own bodies the intelligence and wisdom of our bodies and listening to it. Maybe that's it, listening to the times when our gut, body, our heart, and our mind are all in harmony, listening for when they're not in harmony. On the body level, on the body level, there's only truth. Your body is always telling you the truth. On the deep wisdom of your body. And maybe there are expectations that you had of yourself or other people. Maybe there's some kind of wanting things to have been different in the past, wishing something else had happened. We're just going to let that, if possible, kind of melt away like a dream. That dream has now released itself. And now there's space for a new dream. There's space for something different. So we're not trying to dream the new dream. We're just creating space by letting go of the old ones. There's a movement form called authentic movement. Authentic movement. What is it to be authentic to yourself? Can I move with more authenticity? In authentic movement, so you move and somebody watches you move. There's like a viewer, but it's all very compassionate way of being seen and expressing in a nonverbal way. And sometimes our bodies can surprise us with what comes out when we give them some open space to just move, to move in any way that feels good. And while we may be there with our pain in our body, let's also tune to what feels good right now in our body. Giving yourself permission to let go. I always say it, take off the backpack of other people's expectations, but maybe even take off the backpack of your own perfectionism or your own expectations of yourself. Just give yourself a little bit of time to be in the aliveness of being present in your animal body, in this body of water, fire, earth, and air. in space, spacious body. Landing landing on the earth, landing in your body with compassion and kindness. Spaciousness, the spaciousness of allowing, not needing to force anything, not needing to move anything faster along. Just let it take as long as it takes to be there in your body, not rushing it. Coming into the open space of not needing to know anything, just coming into the open space of curiosity, feeling this moment as it is, or this recap of 2024, if that's going on, coming in with curiosity. And whatever happened in 2024, all the things that happened also led you to this exact moment. This now. So maybe feeling some gratitude and kindness towards yourself, your own body, and some gratitude for this year of time that brought us all here right now. And maybe within that, there are multiple gratitudes. Gratitudes to people, events, places, pets. Simple little gratitudes. Maybe even big, grandiose gratitudes, big, effusive gratitude. I am grateful that I can move. I am grateful that I have people to move with. I am grateful for the planet and the air and the water and 3D space. and my niece. Maybe strange little obscure gratitudes. I want to offer this idea just of gratitude into the family lineage, right? Gratitude to the whole family that has brought you to this moment. So we're going beyond 2024, maybe back hundreds of years. And maybe there are people within your own family lineage that aren't part of your blood, right? Maybe there are people that are energetically part of your lineage. So you can be grateful for them too. And whatever that word lineage means to you, maybe it's an educational lineage or a family lineage or a spiritual lineage. How spacious can your flow be, right? How spacious can that flow of your life be? So inviting in, there's something I discovered, or somebody sent me a Happy New Year's on my uh I got a text, a Happy New Year's text, and it had like a exploding emoji that exploded all over with fireworks. So just allowing yourself to comb back and celebrate with an exploding fireworks emoji all the little triumphs and victories of the past year. Sometimes just getting up and getting out of bed or leaving the house can be a victory. Sometimes they're bigger than that. But it's also very easy to forget all the things that happened that we did well or that went smoothly. And sometimes it's in our nature to focus on the more challenging things. But maybe it's even overcoming challenges, letting yourself imagining the fire in your body as a fireworks exploding emoji. Not too big, not too dangerous, but just a little happy, joyous celebration. Could be for the smallest thing. Think of like the first time, I can remember the first time I fell down and didn't cry when I was a kid. And I thought, I mean, maybe it happened, maybe it happened more at times, but I remember distinctly at one point going, oh, I fell and I didn't cry. So like it could be a tiny little victory. Something happened and you survived. Or it could be something more monumental. Celebrating the life of 2024. Imagining all the little events that happened, all the small victories as little lights lighting up. And as just this is just an imagination game, but as those little lights are lighting up in your body, you can imagine that you're just getting a little bit lighter, letting your body get lighter. Allowing the energetic flow of your body, the fire element, the electrical flow, the currents in your body to move smoothly or to move with excitement, but to move, right? So they're not stuck and blocked, but there's movement in that energetic fire flow of your body. Our heart has an electrical impulse that helps it beat, right? That's part of our heartbeat, this electrical impulse. We are these living processes with lots of electricity inside, lots of fire. Let yourself be the fireworks. inviting yourself to sense your own nervous system, right? We have this nervous system inside, which is buzzing with all of this electrical information and impulse, allowing yourself to feel that. If it feels uncomfortable, just let the water douse it out a bit. But if you can tune to that, feeling into your nervous system, feeling into just the general buzz of being alive. And some gratitude for that, maybe. Gratitude for this aliveness. Sometimes when we sense the buzz of our nervous system, it kind of amps us up, and then we got to go do things. I feel too buzzed, there's too much. But sometimes we can just be with it, just let it be a flow of energy in your body. It's just aliveness. And the more we sort of process the blockages and move through and allow our body to become more alive and awake, sometimes our energy increases and we become more alive and awake, and then we're more alive and awake, which can sometimes be surprising and startling. And oh, I have all this energy. What do I do with it? So, of course, the answer is you dance in any way that you want to. You dance with your life. Yeah, but as we start to sort of unblock old holding patterns and things start to let go and release and process, there's generally more energy. But I feel like a really good practice is to also be with your energy and be okay with it. It's okay to have a lot of energy. It's okay to have a buzz that comes naturally. Or maybe it's the opposite. It's also okay to be really deep in the stillness of your embodiment. I feel like with these types of embodiment practices, they're very helpful in accepting what is, being with reality with equanimity. And curiosity. So as we're here, here's my image. Like if you were a big shaggy dog, what parts of 2024 do you need to shake off? Right? Imagining just giving yourself the freedom to let go of anything sticky, stuck, lumpy that you need to shake off of your big shaggy dog body. Just offering that. Maybe you don't need to. Maybe it's all good, but maybe there is. There's that extra thick, shaggy, shaky water or clumpiness. And always know with these kind of like Creole, like shakies, like where you start to go into this, like you can allow your nervous system to really let things go. But that can become its own trip. So always know that you can just stop at any time and come back into the calmer waters. Sometimes it's good just to let it go for a few minutes, let the shake happen, let your body jiggle it out. If you start to feel really airy and kind of floaty, come back to ground, feel your bones, feel the earth underneath you, feel the water in your body. Come to stillness whenever you need to. Rest in your stillness. Just gonna pop this a little bit further forward in the music. I'm actually gonna get up, but you can stay wherever you are. I just want to experience the space a bit more. I'm just going to go through this little metaphorical 2024 good night. So if you imagine that 2024 was a house and you got your stuff in the basement of 2024, whatever that is, your metaphorical basement stuff of 2024. Maybe there's even like some stuff on the stairway from the basement up. Then you have your first floor stuff, your kitchen stuff, your living room, maybe dining room, maybe movement room, maybe a bathroom. And you got your 2024 stuff that is in that first floor, ground floor. The stuff in the bathroom, the stuff in the kitchen, maybe stuff that wants to go down the drains or be flushed down the toilet. Maybe stuff that took place in the living room or dining room or any other room in 2024. So we're just checking out the whole house. Maybe there's even a garden on the outside or a neighborhood. It doesn't have to be your house. This is the 2024 house. Then you have the upstairs rooms, bedrooms, whatever else you got there. The music room, the office space. And then you have the stuff in the attic. Oh, maybe it was still stuff from 2023 that's jammed up there in the attic, or 2022, all that attic stuff. And we're going to start up here at the attic, and we're just going to put the attic to bed. We're going to turn out the lights of the attic, shut the windows, and go downstairs. The attic is dark. And then around all the second floor, the bedrooms and the whatever rooms you have on your second floor, the office space, the den, whatever it is, we are going to go around and turn out all those lights, closing those lights, maybe shutting the doors that need to be shut. Maybe there's another bathroom up there. Turn those bathroom lights off. Make sure the taps and faucets are all closed. And then coming to the main ground floor of your 2024 house, moving around, turning off the lights, pulling the plugs out, whatever you got in the sockets. Nothing needs to be charging anymore. Turning out the lights, closing the faucets, shutting down the first floor. And then you don't even have to go into the basement. You can just go, usually there's a light at the top of the stairs, turn that light off and shut that basement door. The sleeping house of 2024. Perfect in all its imperfection. Complete. And coming back to yourself, coming back to your heart, your gut body, your mind, your head, your skin, the experiential you, the experiential embodied you, the dynamic process of being. Just coming to your own completeness in this moment. We won. We won. We won. 2024. We won it. We're still here. Giving yourself a few minutes just to process your processing. I like the I don't know why I'm so into the idea of winning. I just think it's funny. So letting yourself, I'm just shutting the music off. Come in a couple minutes of silence in your own experience in any way that feels nourishing, in any way that feels good, in any way that feels like it can put a bow on it without having to actually put a bow on it. We don't need to shut down movement. Just giving ourselves a couple of minutes to do our own somatic shavasana